The idea of motherhood that I had in my mind when I was young was being able to visit mom, grandma, my aunts, my friends. Being from Italy, that's what you do. So being a new mom here in the States with no family around, no friends, I felt alone and scared of dealing with this new baby by myself. And when my neighbor greeted me, instead of being all excited and happy, I almost bursted out in tears. I think the overwhelming feeling of having to take care of the child by myself was terrifying. So there was a period of time where Pastor John was emphasizing that we all have a purpose, and by fulfilling that purpose, we will be the happiest and the most satisfied with our own lives. So one Sunday after church, I got the courage to go outside as he was greeting people, and I stood in line and talked to him about the fact that I thought it would be a great idea if church would figure out a way to create a group where mom could be vulnerable, moms that don't have any friends or family around could get the support, the spiritual support they need to grow in their journey. And so he looks at me, he's like, "That's great, that's an awesome idea." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's great." He's like, "Would you lead it?" And I thought, me? Who am I to lead? I haven't mastered this task of being a mom and hosting a group, but nonetheless. And so I felt honored he asked, but in the same time, I was hesitant because I wasn't sure that I could do it. But then I pondered on it for at least a year. And that's when I started realizing that it wasn't necessarily about me and what I knew and what people could think of me if I did have the right answer or didn't have the right answer, but it was about being obedient to the inclination that I had inside that was telling me to lead a group for new moms. So when I had my third child, I led my first small group. And for the past 6 years that we have hosted a group, we have had about 50 moms going through, 60-some children attending. And it's a great time for fellowship, for encouragement, and especially it's a time where, as mom, we get to feel normal. That way we don't feel like we are just doing this on our own. We don't feel isolated. So what makes me so happy and what keeps me going hosting this group is seeing the ladies in my group taking a next step, doing something else, following that nudge in their heart. When I first led my small group, I didn't feel qualified to do so. But then I remember what Pastor John used to say, which is God doesn't call the equipped, but he equips the called. And if you lean on him and listen to his voice and are willing to be obedient, he will be right there with you and he will make it happen. So go ahead and host whatever group it is on your heart to do, and you will impact somebody's life.